What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. It's Jose Rodriguez, team leader of the TubeBuddy. Shout out to the Built From Pain movement. Those are my fucking brothers. Shout out to IMC Nation. And today I wanted to speak about discipline. And I talked about discipline before. However, I'm going to relate discipline now to everything else that falls into your life, which means your relationship, which means if you're a man, you know, you're disciplined as a man. If you're a woman, you're disciplined as a woman. And your responsibility of your discipline to the world. And here's what I mean by that. And the reason why I mentioned those three things is when you're living your life and you don't have discipline, how would anybody be able to count on you or hold you responsible, even a task? How would they be able to trust you to see if you would be able to get something done or not? It could be something important, right? We've all had either that family member or that friend that maybe they were cool to keep around for whatever reason. However, when it came down to getting something done, we could never fucking depend on this person because either they're always late, they're always talking shit and out of their ass, and they're always gonna say something and never do it, whatever the case is. However, we can always trust the individual that has been shown, proven by just how he lives his life, that he's a disciplined human being. And with that individual, we can trust and say, okay, well, you know, Jose's been able to, you know, do whatever he does with his life. I mean, I'm sure that we can trust him with whatever. They wouldn't even ask that question. They would know, like, okay, yeah, he'll get it done. He's the man, right? So at the end of the day, when you look at yourself, how have you been with your values? How have you been with your daily tasks and the things that you have to get done throughout the day? How have you been with the promises that you've made to other individuals? How have you been with everything that you've done in your life? Have you taken it 100% and been serious about it, or have you just been half-assing it? Because that is going to communicate something to the world, and the world is going to communicate back. And what is the communication going to be? Well, it depends. If you're communicating consistency, congruency, and discipline, which pretty much is all in the same boat, then the world is going to say, this is an individual that we can trust with God's plan. And then you'll get rewarded with whatever it is that you'll get rewarded with, right? If you're a man, you'll get rewarded with things that fit a man. If you're a woman, you would get rewarded with things that would fit a woman, right? And then so on and so forth. So the way that you live your life, you have to understand that you're in constant communication with the things that are around you and the people that are around you. And even if you think that it's family and they care about you and they're never going to, you know, look at you a certain type of way, they will always judge you, regardless of how close you may be with them. Even if they're family, even if they're friends. If you're showing a consistency of a certain behavior, they're gonna treat you like that. Because that's how they know you. And that's the same thing as you now wanting to be disciplined or now being disciplined. And now you have certain friends being like, you're not like that, you're not about that, whatever. Because they're used to the old you. They used to do certain things a certain way. But now the new you is going about things in a way where my word is my bond. And if I say something, it's gonna fucking happen. Whatever the case is. So if you're that type of man or that type of woman, the world is gonna communicate with you back in a certain way where you're gonna be benefited because now you're a soldier of truth, of honesty, of responsibility. You're somebody that can be depended on. Get it? So especially as a man, how could you ever have a woman depend on you if you can't depend on yourself? If you can't even depend on yourself, how could you possibly have a woman depend on you? And then we wonder why so many relationships are so fucking shitty. You as a man have to take responsibility and account for your life. You as a man have to live a life of abundance. Nature doesn't give a fuck what your deficiencies are. Either you are or you're not. And if you're not, you're going to have to settle for things that you may not be happy with. And you're going to have to learn how to be happy with them, which you can. However, if you're somebody like me and knows that you deserve the best of the fucking best, then you're going to have to communicate that to the world by your actions and how you move. There's no other way. So now you have to decide what kind of man or woman you want to be. Do you want to be the type of man that has the best of the best? Or do you want to be the type of man that, just settles for whatever the fuck is given to him? Because that he's not willing to put in any fucking effort to grow or do anything for himself. So at the end of the day, nobody else is going to do it for him. You get to pick on which side of the scale you want to stand in. If you want to stand on this side, it's going to take hard work and it's going to take dedication and you're going to love it. If you want to be on this side, it's going to be easy, it's going to be comfortable, but you're going to fucking hate it. So just make the decision clearly. And again, if you're happy going with the other end of the, of the scale, with having less, or not even less, because it's not even about having less, but having less than what you know as a man you're capable of deserving, and you decide to settle, then you're not going to live a happy life. Because what kind of a person knows that they're capable of more and settles for less? How is that an empowering state? How is that, well, that could be contagious in a bad way, but how is that contagious in a powerful way when you're trying to bring others up with you? When people are counting on you to do something, are they going to be able to count on you if you know yourself you're capable of more and have been selling for less? It doesn't make sense. So do yourself a favor and become the type of individual that sees what life is really about, understands both sides of the coin, and gets to make a conscious decision that regardless of how difficult it may be because you've been in a fucking hole for so long, you're going to make the switch and you're going to endure the journey and you're going to thrive, because that's the only thing that you can do. Jose Rodriguez here. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, share with a friend, and I'll catch you guys on the other one. Peace.